We're here with Congresswoman Tammy Baldwin of Madison, Wisconsin, cold country. And we're asking members of Congress what you see as the greatest challenges, who might stand in the way of passing this bill, and what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I think one of our greatest challenges is educational. It has been years since there have been hearings on the issue of on the Employment Non-Discrimination Act itself, and I think there's a general level of lack of awareness of the fact that this sort of discrimination occurs throughout the United States. We have a responsibility during the course of considering this bill to provide that education through hearings, allowing corporate America to come in and talk about the policies they've implemented and how that helps keep them more competitive and attracting the best workforce, to hear from states that have passed these laws, but also to hear from victims of discrimination, perhaps living in locations where these laws were not available, because they have very negative consequences, and consequences that I think the American public are quite sympathetic to if they knew what was happening out there. So there's an educational hurdle because of so many years of inaction on this incredibly important issue. I think once that education occurs, the prospect of getting a strong majority is very good.
You spoke about a 25th anniversary earlier at the press conference today. Why is this significant in particular to you and the district that you represent and the state of Wisconsin?
Well, we celebrated a quarter century of the nation's first employment non-discrimination law that includes sexual orientation. And when all of these folks sort of protest and saying the sky will fall if this passes at the national level, a state like our own can prove that not only has the sky not fallen, but that the law itself has provided justice in cases of horrendous discrimination, and has also served as a strong signal to business that this type of discrimination is not acceptable in Wisconsin or in America. And so there's both a substantive and a symbolic effect to passing these bills. Obviously, substantively, people can seek justice when unfairly terminated, but symbolically, because it sends the message that employers just shouldn't consider factors irrelevant to the job.
And finally, can you tell our viewers what some of the greatest challenges are in passing the bill and what they can do to help move the legislation along?
Well, I think that it's going to be a matter of holding the hearings, doing the educational work with our colleagues, and then counting the votes. I feel fairly confident, especially since we will first take up the issue of hate crimes in the next few weeks, that really lays the groundwork for the discussion about ending other forms of discrimination, especially in the employment setting.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.